the object are distinct. Okay, tak boleh ada identical object untuk formula yang kita akan guna nanti. There must be distinct object. Where order is not taken into consideration. Tadi I dah sebut dah ni, order not important. Okay. Then it is called the combination of n object taken R at a time. Okay. And the formula is, okay, kalau permutation tadi guna P, capital P. Untuk combination, you akan guna capital C. So dalam calculator you tengok ada C besar tu, that is the combination. Okay, what is n? N is the number of distinct object, number of different object. Okay, for example, you want to select book from a box. Okay, satu kotak ada 5 buku. Okay, you want to select, you want to select all. Okay, kalau lah I nak tanya you kan, I have 5 books in a box and I want to select 5 books. In how many ways that I can do that? I ada 5 books and I want to select 5 books. In how many ways that I can do that? Use your logic. Ada 5 buku, nak select 5 buku.
5.
5. Satu cara saja. Satu saja. Nanti kita tengok formula. Dapat tak satu? Okay, maksudnya you ada 5 buku, you nak ambil 5. Choose 5. Order tak important kan? So order tak important, maksudnya you ambil lah mana-mana pun asalkan you dapat 5. You ambil lah mana dulu pun, buku A ke, buku B ke, buku C, D dulu ke apa ke. Yang penting you ambil 5. So satu je cara. That is one way. So nak confirmkan betul ke satu. So masuk dalam formula. N is the number of books, which is 5. R is the number of object that you want to select. The number of object that you want to select. Tadi dia ada 5 buku, you nak select 5. So you press your calculator, 5 choose 5. So C ni I panggil dia choose. Okay, choose. Okay, kalau you dengar cakap choose tu maksudnya C lah. Okay, 5 choose 5. So bila you press your calculator ataupun you masukkan dalam formula ni, okay, 5 factorial divide by 5 minus 5 factorial times 5 factorial. R is 5 factorial. Okay, so you akan dapat jawapan dia 1. Okay, 5 choose 5 is 1. Okay, kalau you ada 10 pun, if you have 10 books and you want to choose all 10, only one way. Okay, ni bukan arrangement Kalau arrangement you nak susun 5 buku tadi tu berbeza, banyak cara. 5 factorial. Tapi kalau you nak select, only one way. Okay, so it's not only 5. Mungkin daripada 5 buku tadi, you want to select only 3 of them. In how many ways that I can choose? All distinct book. Okay, and then I want to choose 3. Okay, in how many ways that I can do? So 5 choose 3. 5 choose 3. Or 5 choose 2. Or 5 choose 4. Or 5 choose 1. Okay, kalau 5 choose 1, I have 5 different books and I want to choose only 1. In how many ways that I can do that? 5. Sebab ada 5 pilihan, ada 5 buku kan? So ada 5 cara je lah yang I boleh ambil. Sama ada I ambil buku A, B, C, D or E. Title buku tu A, B, C, D, E. So 5 ways. So kalau you nak check betul ke tak, you should press your calculator, 5 choose 1. So 5 choose 1 is 1. Okay. In the combination, we also have the idea of partitioning. Okay, partitioning. This is what we mean by partitioning. The number of ways of partitioning of set n object into R cells with n1 element in the first cell, n2 element in the second cell, and fourth is given by this formula. Okay, I nak you tengok dekat formula ni. Ni formula dia. Okay, kalau you tengok formula dia ni, more or less similar like the last formula that we discussed in permutation. Kan, n factorial, n tu apa? N tu is the number of object, the number of distinct object. Okay, the number of distinct object. In this case, all the object must be distinct. Combination, all object must be distinct. Okay, yang bawah ni n1, n2, n3 and so on, depending on how many cell that you have. Apa maksud cell tu tadi? Okay, kita nak partition kan, kalau kita ada 10 buku, how do we partition it? Okay, into cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. Okay, saya akan terangkan guna example. Okay, I will explain to you using example so you akan nampak lebih jelas. Okay, kalau sebut cell ni, tak nampak apa benda cell ni, penjara ke madam? Cell kan? Apa yang dimaksudkan dengan cell? Okay, I will show you one example. And I akan tunjuk juga the difference between the formula that we use in permutation and also this formula under combination. Apa beza dia? Nanti you akan nampak jawapan dia sama tapi situasi berbeza. We have a same answer but different situation. I divide this into two. Okay, on the left one, I will discuss about permutation. Okay, on the right side, I will discuss about combination. But, okay, focusing on partitioning. Okay, so I discuss permutation dulu. Saya nak guna example apa Okay, for the permutation, here I have 8 books. Okay, from the 8 books, I have category. Kan tadi nak guna formula, dia ada kategori kan? Okay, 3 of them, I have 3 red book. Okay, another 3, I have 3 yellow books. And the balance 2, I have 2 blue books. So these 3 red book are not distinguishable. Maksudnya sama. Title, size, color. So meaning they are the same. Buku yang sama. Okay, tapi ada 3 kopi. And then this one, 3 yellow books, same. And then this is 2 blue. Okay, what I want to do with these 8 books, I want to arrange this all 8 book in one shelf. So ni rak buku saya. So saya nak susun 8 buku ni kat sini. So I pun susun. Susun. Kan? In how many ways that I can arrange them with these characteristics? So I will apply formula number 4. Kalau permutation tadi kan? So in how many ways that I can arrange them? So total I have 8 books. Okay, because of I have a similar category. So for category red I have 3. Multiply with yellow I also have 3 and multiply with 2. Okay. So you akan calculate lah ni nilai dia nanti. Okay. So this is example for permutation. 8 book. Ada kategori and I want to arrange all of them in one shelf. In a row. Dalam satu row ni susun 88. Okay. And this is the number of ways that I can do that. Okay, ni contoh untuk permutation. Now, we go to combination. So now, dia jadi lain sikit. Instead of I have 8 book with category, now I have 8 different books. So, the difference may be due to the color, title, size. So, yang penting semua buku tu berbeza. Okay, not the same. Tapi sekarang, I don't want to arrange. Because of combination, it's not about arrangement. This is selection or partition. So, what I do is, I want to select the books, the 8 books. I nak pilih mana-mana buku dalam 8 ni. And I want to put it into partition, into cell. So I want to partition it. Saya nak letakkan dia di beberapa bahagian. So bahagian tu saya letakkan sebagai shelf lah. Okay, first shelf. Right yang pertama, second shelf. Third shelf. So for the first shelf, I only can put 3 books here. Second shelf, 3 books. Third shelf, the remaining 2 books. So in how many ways that I can select the books so that I can make this partition? So I will select 3 from here and put in first shelf. And then select another 3, put it here. And the remaining 2 I put on the last shelf. So to know how many selection or how many combination that I can have here, I will apply the formula yang kita discuss tadi. Ni. So n factorial will be berapa buku you ada? 8 factorial. Divide by N1. N1 ni, chef pertama tadi boleh isi berapa buku? 3 buku kan? So 3 factorial. Okay, multiply with second chef, berapa buku? 3. So 3 factorial. Okay, the last chef, how many books? 2 books. So multiply with 2 factorial. So kita apply formula tu, dia akan jadi 8 factorial divide by 3 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial. So you akan dapat jawapan dia. So now compare. Ni, sama kan? Dan jawapan kepada kedua-dua contoh ni adalah sama. Dan dia melibatkan 8 buku. Yang ni 8 buku, yang ni pun 8 buku. Tapi situasi dia memang totally different. Keadaan dia pun totally different. Dekat sini ada 1 chef. Dekat sini ada 3 chef. Okay, dekat sini ada buku same kategori. Dekat sini all different books. So menunjukkan even though you use like the same formula but actually the idea behind it is different. Okay, yang ni bawah ni bergantung kepada kategori. Yang ni bergantung kepada the number of partition. Berapa objek yang you boleh isi dalam setiap partition tu, dalam setiap cell. Okay. So any question on this example? Can you see the difference between these two? Boleh nampak perbezaan antara dua ni?
Boleh.
Boleh. So basically dalam combination kita tak ada banyak formula lah macam dalam permutation. Kita akan guna formula C, tapi soalan dia memerlukan you apply multiplication principle yang kita bincang awal-awal tadi. Okay, soalan-soalan dalam combination ni ada yang you kena apply multiplication principle and partitioning ni lah. Ada certain soalan nanti need you to use partition. Okay, before we see example related with combination, kita just go through ni, identify whether the experiment is permutation or combination. Okay, A. A hand of 13 card drawn from a deck of cards. So yang card apa yang ada diamond, king, queen apa semua tu. So kita ada banyak kan dalam tu. If I'm not mistaken ada berapa? 52 kot satu set card tu. Okay, so what we do is we want to draw. Okay, the keyword is draw here. 13 of the card. Okay, kita nak ambil 13 je. In how many ways that we can do that? So in this case, is this permutation or combination? Keyword dia drawn.
Permutation.
Is permutation. Keyword dia drawn. Combination. Selection. Nak ambil. Nak pilih. Is a combination. Sebab kat sini tak ada kena-mengena dengan arrangement. Okay, we don't want to arrange the card. We just want to select the card. Okay, B. 7 pictures placed in a row.
Permutation.
Permutation. Ni arrangement ni nak susun gambar dekat dinding kan. Nak tampal frame. Nak letak gambar siapa dulu Gambar saya ke, gambar kakak dulu ke, gambar abang ke, gambar adik dulu. So bila melibatkan mana nak letak dulu, that is a permutation. Okay, 5 hardcover novels picked from a rack. Okay, the keyword is pick.
Combination.
It's a combination. A team of 11 players selected. Okay, the keyword is select from 25 players.
Combination.
It's a combination. Okay, lastly, the arrangement of the letters in the word unsuccessful. The keyword is arrangement. Dah bagi jawapan dah. Permutation. Okay. Okay, ini contoh untuk combination. How many combination of letter M, N, O, P, Q? Okay, all letters are different. So okay lah, boleh guna formula combination. So how many combination are there taken? So how many meaning your answer should be in number. So you have to use formula to know the number of combinations. Okay. Taken 5 at a time. How many letters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taken 5 at a time maksudnya ambil 5 dalam satu masa. Tu tadi saya kata kalau kita ambil semua dalam satu masa, in how many ways? You nak guna formula pun dah tahu kan? Okay, it's a 1. 5 choose 5. 1. Okay. What if taken 2 at a time? Instead of ambil semua, you nak ambil dua-dua. So 5 choose 2. 5 choose 2. which is 10. Okay, show all the possible permutation in B. So ada 10 kan, so you have to list all the permutation. So dia kena listkan M, N, M, O, M, P until you get 10. Ada 10. So do I need to list N, M?
Yes.
Tak perlu.
So this is, you need to go back to the idea of order is not important. In combination, Mn is equals to Nm. So you just count it as one. So we don't need to list Nm, only Mn. Sebab kalau you ambil Mn ataupun you ambil Nm, selection tadi tu, sama. You ambil Mn ke, you ambil Nm ke, you count sekali saja. Sama macam you ambil bola biru dengan merah ataupun bola merah dengan biru. You count as one. As long as you take two. Ambil 2 dalam satu masa. Okay, so when you list, make sure ada 10. Kalau you list juga NM. Okay. Okay. List juga, NM sediakan lebih daripada 10 lah. Sediakan lebih daripada 10. Okay. Okay, ada soalan setakat ni? Tiada. Tak ada Okay, in how many ways are there to choose 5 person from 8 person? So sebelum kita buat ni, kita kena pastikan objek kita semua distinct. So biasanya yang melibatkan people, person, student, male, female, melibatkan manusia, automatic is distinct. Manusia memang takkan ada yang sama. Walaupun muka nak seiras tapi dia tetap orang yang berbeza. Okay, yang dekat media dia sama, media muka dia sama, dia kembar. Tak boleh, kembar macam mana pun tetap ada perbezaan. Okay, so people, manusia, all are distinct. Okay, so now how do we choose 5 from 8? So bolehlah apply formula combination. So how do we use the formula? Macam mana nak pilih 5 daripada 8 orang? 85. 8 choose 5. Bila tekan kalkulator make sure betul tau. Mesti tekan 8 dulu. 8C5. Jangan tekan 5C8. Tak jadi nanti. Okay, 8C5. Okay. A club has 15 members. How many different combinations of 5 members can be chosen to sit in the front row of the club picture? Okay, jangan rasa terganggu dengan perkataan picture ni. Oh, ingat picture, ambil gambar, mesti susunan. So yang ni saja je dia nak bagi confuse, nak bagi soalan nampak macam susah. Tapi tak pun. The keyword here is in how many ways that you can choose 5 from 15. Nak pilih 5 orang daripada 15 ni. So 5 orang ni nanti kita pilih sebab kita nak ambil gambar. 5 orang ni duduk depan. Macam mana dia nak duduk, susunan dia, siapa duduk kiri, siapa duduk kanan tu, kita tak ambil kira dalam soalan ni. Yang kita ambil kira, we only consider in how many ways that we can choose 5 from 15. That's it. Okay, so in how many ways that we can do this?
3003.
Okay, formula dia macam mana? 15
choose 5.
Yes, 15 choose 5. 15 choose 5. Okay. Okay, example 11 is very important example for combination question. So basically soalan akan ditanya dalam bentuk macam ni. Okay, kalau kita nak tanya soalan combination ni memang famous lah. Kalau exam ke nanti you ada test kan? You ada test untuk chapter ni kan? So kalau combination you dah boleh expect dah soalan-soalan macam ni yang kita akan tanya. Okay, soalan-soalan macam ni yang kita akan tanya you. Okay. So, kita baca soalan dulu. 5 members from a group consisting of 6 women and 9 men are chosen to form a committee. So ada perkataan chosen. Kat sini kita dah tahu dah, ni mesti combination. Okay, kita nak form a committee. Satu committee tu ada berapa member? Ada 5 orang. Daripada berapa orang? Kita ada 6 women and 9 men. 15 orang. Okay, pilih 5 saja daripada 15 orang ni. Cuma, what is the number of different committee form if dia ada bagi syarat pula. Kalau dia tak bagi syarat, dia kata okay, choose 5 from 15 student to become a member in that committee. Dia tak ada tambah kata okay, saya nak berapa lelaki, nak berapa perempuan, nak perempuan saja ke, nak lelaki saja ke, dia tak sebut benda tu. Okay, so you akan apply formula choose yang biasa lah, 15 choose 5. 15 choose 5. But now they give condition ABC. So kita akan tengok satu-satu. A dia kata apa? If the committee consists of 3 men, 2 women. Syarat dia mesti ada 3 lelaki. 3 lelaki tu daripada sini lah. Daripada 9 orang ni nak 3. Okay, untuk yang perempuan nak 2 orang saja. Okay, nak 2 orang. Mesti dalam komiti tu ada 3 lelaki, ada 2 perempuan. So itu syarat dia. So bila ada benda ni, you bukan saja menggunakan si choose tadi tu, yang choose tadi. You kena gabungkan, you need to combine them using multiplication principle. Sebab apa? Sebab kita nak 3 men. Kita nak 2 women. We want to choose this. Okay, so dia ada kategori perempuan, kategori lelaki. So you akan buat step by step. Okay, ibarat macam first operation or first trial, you will choose the woman first. Ataupun you choose the man first. Mana-manalah, tak kisah. So you akan choose dulu perempuan, 2 orang. Settle. Okay, you dapat dia punya number of ways. And then you kira pula, the next operation or the next trial will be choosing a man. 3 men. So once you dapat number of choosing women and number of choosing men, then you combine them because we want to know in how many ways or in how much the operation that we do in this experiment. So you akan combine dia guna multiplication principle. So you akan combine dia guna multiplication principle. So cara buat dia macam ni. Okay, so tadi kita ada apa? 6 women, kita ada 9 men. So choose 3 men and then 2 women. Okay, so kalau you buat woman dulu, so you akan pilih 2 daripada 6, dia jadi 6. Choose 2. Okay, for the men, okay, you want to choose 3 from 9, so dia akan jadi 9. Choose 3. Okay, so to combine, okay, this is the number of ways for choosing women. This is the number of ways for choosing men. So combine dua-dua, you akan darab using multiplication principle. So 6 choose 3. Yang ni dia buat lelaki dulu. Tak kisahlah lelaki ke perempuan dulu, sama je, tak ada masalah. Okay. You pilih lelaki dulu, lepas tu darab dengan you pilih perempuan, dapat dia 1, 2, 6, 0. Kalau berubah sini dia nak berapa? 3 men, 2 women. Tukarlah nombor kat bawah ni. Okay. Masih lagi menggunakan, they still use this formula, but then you need to apply multiplication principle here. Okay. Ada apa-apa nak tanya kat sini? B. Masih lagi soalan yang sama, 5 members. Now, syarat dia, the committee consists only women. Only woman maksudnya, tadi kita ada 6 women, 9 men. So 5 orang ni mesti women. Choose. So kalau woman 5, what happen to men? Kita tak boleh abaikan men ni. Dalam calculation kena ada dia.
0.
0 men. So you akan buat step yang sama, yang ni 6 choose 5, this one 9 choose 0. Okay. So kat sini sebenarnya ada 9 choose 0 ni. Tapi kadang-kadang kita ignore. Kenapa kita ignore? Kalau you press calculator, anything that you choose 0 will equal to 1. So dia ignore bahagian tu lah. 9 choose 0 is 1. 9 choose 0 is 1. So 6 choose 5, ni woman. So kalau dia nak pilih all ataupun consist only men, so dia jadi 9 choose 5. 9 choose 5 times 6 choose 0. Lainlah pula jawapannya. Okay. So ni kalau nak pilih only women. Ada multiplication principle tu kat sini. Walaupun dia kosong kan, sebenarnya ada. Tapi kalau you nak ignore pun boleh. Kalau dah biasa nanti, you dah tahu dah 9 choose 0 tu 1, so tak payah buat lah. Okay, ignore bahagian tu pun tak apa. Okay, and lastly, the committee consists of at least one man. At least one man. Paling kurang ada satu lelaki. So dia boleh jadi satu lelaki, boleh jadi dua lelaki, atau tiga, atau empat, atau lima. So you kena consider semua. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nanti kena tambah. Apa yang you dapat ni kena tambah. Not only one man. Boleh jadi 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5 men. So completekan pula partner dia. Tak cukup 5 orang kan. If I have 1 man, it should be 4 women. Here 3 women. This one 2 women. 1 woman. 0 women. Okay. So bila dalam keadaan macam ni, kalau contoh-contoh soalan lain pun, apa you boleh buat? Okay, yang ni tadi you akan cari satu-satu. Dia punya number of ways. So 1 man tadi you dapat, man ada berapa? Man 9 kan? So 9 choose 1. Multiply with 6 choose 4. So you akan calculate dapat berapa. Ni baru satu. Kemudian consider pula 9 choose 2, 9 choose 3, 9 choose 4, 9 choose 5. So yang ni partner dia 6 choose 3, 6 choose 2, 6 choose 1, 6 choose 0. So you will calculate this. So dapatkan satu-satu ni. Okay. Untuk dapat jawapan dia, how many ways? Lastly, sebab kita kata tadi consider semua kan, bukan bagi 5 jawapan tau. You don't give all these 5, but you need to add up all the numbers. Tambah, dapat jawapan kat bawah ni. You boleh buat macam ni. You can do like this, dalam bentuk table macam ni kan. Ataupun nak buat dalam garisan macam ni pun boleh. Ni tadi satu-satu ni. 1. Okay, 1 man, 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5 men. So tambah. Jawapan dia 2997. So ni tadi kalau I buat, I tambah, dapat jawapan dia 2997. Setiap satu ni adalah nilai dia. So lebih mudah sebenarnya kalau I buat macam ni. Kalau macam tersilap pun, nak semak pun senang. Nak check senang. Kalau dalam line macam ni, nampak serabut sikit lah. Tapi boleh je, tak ada masalah. Kalau I prefer this one, saya prefer macam ni. Okay. Ada soalan? Okay. Kalau tak ada soalan, kita bincang 3 soalan ni. Okay, kemudian baru kita buat soalan permutation yang kita skip tadi. Okay, this question is from module page 23. Page 23. Okay, question 5, 6, 7. Kita buat 5 dulu. Soalan 5 ni similar dengan contoh tadi. It's a very similar type of question like the previous example. Cuma kita nak tengok ni lah. Macam mana nak jawab kalau soalan ada perkataan ni. No restriction. Men more than woman. At least. Kadang-kadang soalan pun ada tanya guna at most. Kena tahulah macam mana nak guna, nak keluarkan dia punya partner-partner tadi. Actually ni yang paling penting tau. Dalam buat soalan bentuk macam ni, bahagian ni yang paling penting. Kalau you dah silap dekat sini, kurang satu ke terlebih ke, dia akan salah lah jawapan. Walaupun you buat ni betul step semua, tapi sebab pemilihan you sama ada tak cukup ataupun terlebih, tu menyebabkan jawapan ni salah. Mungkin kalau you buat nanti, you hanya dapat markah pada method. Jawapan you tak dapat markah. Okay, question 5. A committee of 5 people is to be formed. Sama je macam soalan tadi, cuma diubah ni. Sekarang kita ada 20 men and 15 women. So in total, how many of them? How many people?
35.
It's 35 people. Okay, if let's say they want to select 5 people. Select 5 people. Find the number of ways that the committee can be formed if there is no restrictions. No restriction meaning tak ada syarat. Tak kisahlah you nak letak berapa lelaki, berapa perempuan, semua lelaki ke semua perempuan. Macam mana kita nak buat? How do we choose this? 5 members. From 35.
35. Choose 5.
35. Choose 5. So itu maksud dia no restriction. Tak ada apa-apa syarat pun diletakkan. So you just do this. Okay, can you give me the answer? Calculate.
324,632.
Okay, betul. Okay, it's the very last number. Okay, thank you. Okay, B. The number of men must be more than number of women. Men more than women. Okay, men more than women. So paling kecil, berapa banyak lelaki yang kita kena ada dalam 5 orang tu untuk men mesti lebih pada perempuan?
3.
3.
3. Cannot be 2. Kalau 2 lelaki dia dah terkurang dah. Sebab kalau 2 lelaki, 3 perempuan. So 3 men, 4 men, 5 men. Complete lah 5 orang. Okay, tapi kalau yang ni tak, complete lah untuk yang tadi tu, more than women. Cuma you kena letak partner dia. Partner dia apa? 3 men, 2 women, 1 woman, 0 woman. Okay. So bila ni yang penting kan dia kata, ni kena betul. So bila ni dah betul, step dia sama macam kita buat tadi. So how many men? I have 20. 20 choose 3, 20 choose 4, 20 choose 5. Times. 15 choose 2, 15 choose 1, 15 choose 0. Okay, so kita kira sama-sama sebab madam tak kira lah ni. Madam tak kira satu-satu. So siapa yang ngantuk tu ambil calculator you, belajar sikit macam nak tekan C tu. Nanti depan ni nak guna kan. Sampai tak pernah guna lagi C tu, okay belajar macam nak tekan. Okay, give me the value for these 3. Yang first dulu.
119700.
Seven
2.
72675.
Okay, lastly.
15504.
Okay. Total up.
Two 207,879.
Okay, correct. Okay, so bila buat macam ni lebih teratur dan mudah untuk semak. Kalau tersilap satu kira ni, boleh detect lah. Kalau you buat sebaris, silap tekan calculator nanti takut tak dapat 207,879. Okay, that is B as B. Okay, C. C tadi dia kata apa? The number of men must be at least 2. Paling sikit number of men must be 2. Kalau paling sikit 2, so tak boleh 0 man, tak boleh 1 man. Dia mesti 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5 men. So 0 and 1 man cannot. So partner dia 3 women, 2 women, 1 woman,
0 women.
0 woman. Okay, kalau nak sambung daripada soalan tadi pun, you dah ada ni kan? You dah ada 3, 4, 5 kan? You dah ada ni. Ambil je 207,879 ni, tambah dengan yang lagi satu yang tak ada ni. Okay. So ni tadi total dia berapa? Ambil je lah jawapan yang tadi tu. Ni tadi you dapat, yang ni kena kira lah. Yang ni berapa? 20 choose 2 times 15 choose 3. Okay, kira berapa? So ni tadi total dia kita dapat 270,879. Okay, then you totalkan. Okay, before that calculate this one for me.
At 6450.
Okay, totalkan.
Two nine 329.
Okay, correct. Okay. Ada soalan yang ni?
Tak ada.
Okay, now we try question 6 and 7. So this question need you to apply partitioning. Okay, soalan 6 dan 7 ni need you to apply partitioning. Okay, kalau contoh Madam bagi tadi kita nak susun nak partition buku dalam rak kan. Yang ni kita nak assign. Assign tu maksudnya samalah macam partition. We want to assign the 5 student into rooms. So nak masukkan pelajar ni dalam beberapa bilik. So bilik tadi tu partition lah. Macam chef kan ada 3 chef. So yang ni ada beberapa bilik. So number 6. In how many ways that I can assign 5 student into one single room? Bilik ni seorang je boleh masuk. Okay, and one big room that can accommodate 4 people or 4 student. So cukup dah 5 orang. Okay, bilik tu mesti muat untuk semua orang. So bilik pertama ni masuk seorang, bilik kedua ni masuk 4 orang. So by applying formula partitioning, so you akan guna 5 factorial divide by, okay, the first room berapa orang? 1 factorial. Okay, second room berapa orang? 4 orang. So 4 factorial. So calculate.
Lima.
Yes, the answer is 5. Okay, nombor 7 pun soalan sama juga. In how many ways that can 7 student be assigned to one triple room? So first room can accommodate 3 student and then 2 double room. So ada 2 lagi bilik, yang ni boleh masuk 2 orang, yang ni boleh masuk 2 orang. So total bolehlah masuk 7 orang semuanya. So applying formula partitioning, so dia akan jadi 7 factorial divide by, okay, the first room 3 people, second room 2 people, third room 2 people. So calculate.
$210.
210. Okay. So settle exercise untuk combination. Ada soalan untuk combination? Kita nak pergi balik tadi dekat soalan permutation. Buat yang ni dulu. Ini yang tadi Madam bagikan soalan. Okay, an interior decorator is trying to arrange. So keyword dia dekat sini to arrange. So kita dah tahu nah di permutation. To arrange a shelf containing 8 books. In total we have 8 books. Okay, 3 with red covers. Okay, 3 with blue covers. 2 with brown covers. Okay, maksudnya kat sini dia kategori yang sama lah. Okay. In term of cover. So 3 ni sama, red, 3 blue, 2 brown. Assuming the title, okay, A. Assuming the title and the size of the books are irrelevant. Maksudnya dia nak kata, untuk part A, kita ignore title and size of the books. Hanya tengok dekat dia punya cover. Yang ni, maklumat yang dia bagi. So irrelevant maksudnya tidak berkaitan dekat sini. So ignore title and size. So jangan fikir pasal title, jangan fikir pasal size. So kita abaikan yang tu. Dia sama ke, tak sama ke, itu bukan isu dia kat sini. Okay, sebab dia irrelevant dalam bahagian A. Okay, in how many ways can she arrange the 8 books? So dekat sini you akan apply formula number 4. Sebab apa? Walaupun title dengan size book are irrelevant, but still kita ada same category in term of their cover. Cover yang sama kan? So bila cover sama, you letak dia sekali. Maksudnya dia adalah dalam same category. So bila, if it is under same category, so what happen? So you akan buat, okay, total we have 8 factorial. Okay, divide by, first tadi kita ada apa? Kita ada 3 red. Okay, multiply with 3 blue. And multiply with 2 brown. Okay, 2 factorial. So the answer is, okay, kira
560.
Okay, 560. B. In how many ways the books be arranged if they were all considered distinct? All 8 books considered distinct. So in terms of cover, title, size, all different. How do we do this?
NPR.
Oh, N apa? Ataupun guna formula nombor 1 kan? Sama ada you nak buat ataupun sama je. Cuba you tekan you punya calculator. 8P8 dengan 8 factorial. Sama tak nilai dia?
Sama.
Sama kan? Okay, berapa nilai dia?
Tak 0320.
Okay. So lastly, in how many ways could the books be arranged if the red books were considered indistinguishable? Not distinguishable indistinguishable ni samalah. Kejap dia guna not, kejap dia guna in. Okay, sama. Maksudnya tak boleh dibezakan. So nak kata red books ni in the same category but the other 5 consider distinct. So 3 ni saja dalam kategori yang sama, the other one is different. Okay? So kita tak kira ni kategori dah. Ni semua dah beza. Okay, tapi red book ni masih lagi in the same category because of not distinguishable. How do I write to find the number of ways? Of course, I have 8 factorial. Do I need to divide it with category? Ataupun 8 factorial saja? Oh, nak bagi. Okay, nak bagi dengan berapa? Mana yang ada same category tadi?
Red.
Red kan? 3. And how about the remaining? Do I need to put 3 factorial here?
5 factorial.
Is it 5 factorial?
2 factorial.
Is it 2 factorial? Because the other one is distinct.
1111.
Yes, 1111. Yang lain tu? 1 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. Cukup 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapi I kata kalau 1 factorial kita boleh apa? Kita boleh ignore kan? Tak boleh letak. So dia jadi 8 factorial divide by 3 factorial. So what is the answer for this one? 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial?
720.
Yes, correct. Okay. Ada soalan yang ni? Kena banyak exercise ni. Tutorial semua saya dah bagi, nanti boleh cuba buat.
Okay.
Okay, ada lagi tadi 2 soalan kan? Yang untuk multiplication principle belum bincang lagi. Question 4 and 5. Okay, ini soalan multiplication principle yang awal tadi tu. In a full economy study, each 5 race car is tested using 7 different brands of gasoline at 7 test sites located in different area. If 3 drivers are used in this study and test runs are made, one under each distinct set of conditions, how many test runs are needed? Okay, dekat sini soalannya, dia ada berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ada 5 operations. Consecutive operations. So kita nak combine 5 operations ni. First, kita nak buat test run. Maksudnya kita nak test kereta tu lah, kereta lumba tu. Okay, not only 5 different car. Not only consider 5 different car. We need, with these 5 different car, kena guna 7 brand gasoline. Maksudnya minyak kot ni. Jenis minyak yang berbeza, ada 7. So dekat situ saja, you dah akan buat 5 darab 7. Okay, 5 darab 7. Okay, tapi not only that. Okay, bila you dah guna 5 jenis kereta, 7 jenis minyak, kena pula buat test run dekat 7 lokasi yang berbeza. At 7 test sites located in different area. So tadi dah 5 darab 7, darab pula lagi 7. Ni consider operation yang ketiga. Okay. So bila you dah buat macam tu, dia tidak melibatkan seorang pemandu saja. So you kena buat tu 3 kali. 3 kali untuk 3 yang dah gabung tadi kan, 5 darab 7 darab 7 tu. Okay, consider pula 3 driver. So darab pula 3. So kat sini untuk dapatkan number of test run. Okay, number of test run. Okay, number of test run. Okay, apply multiplication principle. 5 race car multiply with 7 gasoline multiply with 7 different location multiply with 3. How many test run?
735.
7, 3, 5. Okay. Okay, last question for today. Okay, ni pun soalan multiplication principle. If a multiple choice test consists of 10 questions, each with 4 possible answer, of which only one is correct. So ada soalan MCQ, ada 10 soalan, setiap soalan tu ada 4 possible, ada A, B, C, D. So biasanya MCQ ada satu saja jawapan betul. Okay, itu dia punya maklumat. Okay, soalan pertama. In how many different way can a student check off one answer to each question? So maksudnya kalau kita lukis tree diagram kan? Sekejap Okay, kalau kita lukis tree diagram, okay, soalan pertama, okay, ni A lah. Okay, soalan the first trial will be the first question. So ada berapa possible answer? I have 4 possible answer. A, B, C. I boleh jawab A, B, C, D. So let's say soalan pertama I jawab A. Soalan kedua ada 4 juga cabang. Okay, A, B, C, D. Dan seterusnya. So I akan buat third until 10. Okay. So kalau kita tengok dekat sini, for the first trial, we have 4 ways. Or first operation, we have 4 ways. Second operation, also 4 ways. Third operation, 4 ways. Sampai 10 operation, 4 ways. Okay, so dia tanya in how many different ways can a student checks off one answer to each question. So kita nak tahu berapa banyak possibility pelajar ni dia boleh bagi set jawapan. So ada yang akan jawab nanti A sampai 10 kali A. Ada yang boleh jawab A, B, yang lain tu A sampai 10 kali A. Maksudnya dia nak number of outcome in the sample space. So dia nak number of outcome in sample space. Kat sini kita tak consider jawapan tu betul atau salah. So pelajar tu ada, boleh jadi semua jawab A, boleh jadi semua jawab B, boleh jadi semua campur-campur A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Macam-banyak lah. So sekarang ni kita nak tahu ada berapa banyak. Okay? So daripada apa yang kita pernah belajar dulu, kalau kita ada repeat same trial, if we repeat the same trial, so you just straight away apply formula. Okay. In each trial we have 4 possible outcome. Okay, how many times you repeat that? 10 times. So you will do this 4 to the power of 10. So the answer is 4 to the power of 10. Okay. Soalan ni sebenarnya dia agak macam confusing sikit. Kalau you baca in how many different ways can a student checks off one answer to each question. So tak jelas soalan dia tu. So Media cuba jelaskan lagi soalan dia. Apa dia nak tanya sebenarnya? Berapa jenis possible answer yang kita boleh ataupun pelajar boleh berikan? Maksudnya possibility untuk jawapan pelajar tu. Set dia ada berapa banyak? Macam saya kata tadi kan, ada yang jawab semua A, ada yang jawab semua B, ada yang campur-campur. So how many? Kita nak tahu. So you akan buat 4 to the power of 10. So kat mana multiplication principle-nya? Kat sinilah. 4 to the power of 10 is the same as 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. For how many times? 10 times.
Miss Mute.
Sorry, tadi madam angkat call lepas tu terkeluar. Okay. So ni lah tadi tu yang multiplication principle dia. Okay, dekat sini. Maksudnya untuk first question ada 4 and then 4. So dia darab. So sebenarnya kita dah buat dah benda ni last week. Tapi I tak mention kan multiplication principle. Okay, that is A. Okay, lastly B. Sebenarnya nak dapat jawapan B ni, you modify je daripada A. In how many way can a student checks off one answer to each question and gets all the answer wrong? So kat sini dalam nak mudah nak faham, dia nak tanya sebenarnya berapa possible outcome jawapan pelajar di mana jawapan yang diberi oleh pelajar tu semua salah. Semua salah. So kat sini untuk first trial, okay, for the first trial only 3. Ada 3 saja kan? Okay, mungkin soalan pertama ni, soalan yang jawapan yang betul adalah jawapan A. So kalau jawapan betul dia A, mestilah yang salah B, C, D. Soalan A salah kan? Okay, untuk second, okay, kalau yang ni, so kat yang ni pula boleh jadi soalan yang betul dia adalah C. So yang salah dia A, B, tiga lah. Tak ada 4 ni, 3. So yang ni A, B, D. So yang ni pun A, B, D. So yang ni A, B, D. Okay, untuk third trial, okay, mungkin jawapan yang betul dia D. Okay, jawapan yang betul dia D, so kat sini ada 3 je yang salah. So A, B, C. So sambung banyak. Okay, kat sini saja untuk dapat jawapan salah, this is 3 ways. Okay, second question, 3 ways. Okay, the third question also 3 ways. Right? Okay, now how many questions that we have? We have 10 questions. Okay, this is also 3 ways. So in how many ways that we can, yang tadi itulah soalan tu, that we can check off and get all the answer wrong. Get all the answer wrong. So what we do, kita akan buat formula yang sama. 3 times 3 times 3 times until you times 10 times. Ataupun this is actually equals to 3 to the power of 10. So 3 to the power of 10, the answer is 59049. This one, 4 power 10 is, this is million. Very large number. 1048576. Okay. So hopefully with my explanation, you have a clear idea on what is the multiplication principle, permutation and combinations. So I think that's all from me for today. If you still have questions, you can ask me, just text me. I'll try to find time to respond on your questions. Okay, so thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum. Have a nice day. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Alright, bye-bye.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you,
Okay,
madam.
I'll share the slide after this, yeah? I'll share the slide after this.